Jurassic Park 6 is very similar to a century egg. If you've never heard of one, they're eggs that are allowed to rot until they're ready to eat. The yolk turns a dark green color with a creamy texture. The egg white turns into a brownish, jelly-like substance. They smell like death and taste like ammonia, but in a way, the rot that engulfs the century egg is more pleasant than the rot festering in cinema. Films are scarfed down like the eggs, only to be regurgitated back onto the plate for a second, third, fourth, or fifth meal. The eggs of the past have been transformed into mold and decay. Decomposition fills the screen as the audience claps and hoots, as putrefied yolk clogs at the back of their teeth. Hello, people. This is episode 3 of Buckley's Blockbusters. I'm very excited to be here today.
Your hour begins now, Mr. Buckley. Next time, let's try some stronger decorum.
What? Why? What was wrong with my speech?
Just hard segues.
Just
everywhere.
like maybe, yeah, and also maybe next time, like have it relate to the movie.
You could have said that it was film. It absolutely relates to the film. Right.
I get how you think that, but never mind. Just go ahead.
Look, Jurassic World 3 is, if I may be blunt and address the court, it's more like a boy's egg, which is, if I understand correctly, eggs that are soaked in the urine of young boys.
Yes, I have
for
heard
vitality.
Of that. Yes, they're a delicacy.
But
Joe's sitting on some right now.
I'm not. No, I do not partake in the boy eggs.
Anyway.
Well, some business out of the way. Joe, there has been a request put out there by a former colleague of yours. We are still deep in contract negotiations with Dr. Erlenmeyer.
I understand.
Who has been, we have been informed, you have been harassing him. And
No. I've been sending some tweets. I've been saying, like, hey, I'd like you on the program. Like, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
No, actually, it's the opposite of that. Because he was a fan favorite on Benevolent Buckley Show, you've been saying, hey, cocksucker, don't even try to come on my goddamn show. This is my show. You're wrong. This show belongs to the Comedy Court.
Absolutely not. No, it still belongs to me.
Made you, Joe.
Yeah.
No. And you know what? One day we'll have him back, and that's completely fine with me. I don't mind that.
And this also belongs to WQVT. Speaking of, in the interim, WQVT has loaned me a wonderful new sidekick that was with Joe and I at the Jurassic World Dominion viewing. I took Joe. But to be quite honest, I slept multiple times throughout the movie. I was incredibly bored.
I did see that you looked tired, yeah.
Yes. And so I brought our new friend along who was able to do the report about Joe's behavior at the theater. I believe Joe had a good time with our new friend. And so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to let our new friend take it away. They will explain who they are, their role, and I think we're going to enjoy hearing their report. Are you gentlemen ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Program activated. Hello. My name is Joe, cinematic handler observing demeanor and emotion, but you can call me J-Chode. I witnessed Mr. Buckley's entire experience as he watched the crowd-pleasing cinematic masterpiece Jurassic World Dominion. Mr. Buckley's behavior was near perfect for a man of his stature and weight. He used a free pass to let Mr. Tyler into the film free of charge. I have evaluated that this was very nice of him. At the concession station, he selected a large cherry icy and soft pretzel with cheese, no salt. Mr. Buckley devoured the pretzel within 78 seconds of sitting down. That is not an error according to my programming, but it still feels wrong. During the 20 minutes of commercials and previews, Mr. Buckley was quite loud as he shared his thoughts on the state of modern commercial advertising. We were not alone in the theater, so I ran a diagnostic and it came back that this should have been embarrassing for him. Once the movie began, Mr. Buckley was incredibly quiet. He only got up once during the film to refill his icy. In all, he consumed 48 ounces of high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors and red dye number 40. I have evaluated that in order for Mr. Buckley to have consumed this amount of beverage without using the restroom, he must have a massive urinary tract infection. As the movie played on, Mr. Buckley slowly began to sink into his chair. He rested his head on his hand at 37 minutes and kept it there for the remainder of the runtime. Mr. Buckley had one moment of childlike joy when the Tyrannosaurus Rex appeared to fight the Giganotosaurus. As it entered the battle arena, he walked past a circular water feature, thus creating the classic Jurassic Park logo. Mr. Buckley then turned to Mr. Tyler and excitedly squealed, "They did it, they made the logo." He then clenched his fists, raised them above his head, and exclaimed, "Wooey wooey 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 wooey. I am sorry my programming cannot yet handle translating Mr. Buckley's ape shrieks." As soon as the film concluded, before the director credit had even appeared, Mr. Buckley was up and leaving. He immediately began to exclaim loudly, for everyone in the theater to hear, that he was displeased with the production. He said, and I quote, "What a cocksucking waste of time, I cannot believe how absolutely shitty that was. Whoever did this to humanity needs to be shot and have the hole in their head fucked. What a piece of shit, that was not worth my time. I cannot believe I just sat there for 3 hours and let them shit directly into my eyes." Despite Mr. Buckley's displeasure with the film, he was mostly well behaved and paid attention throughout the entire film. My JChode processor has rendered Mr. Buckley a cinematic experience score of 82%. I look forward to working with Mr. Buckley in the future, especially if he does that thing again in the restroom, where you mounted me next to that fecal matter clogged toilet and screamed, "I'm gonna make you come, robot, I'm gonna make you come, we oh we oh we oh we oh
I
come
think
come
Mr.
come
Hal
come
may be
come
wrong.
come
No,
come
that is a near $1 billion piece of equipment, thanks to WQVT.
Mm.
What was it?
J-Chode.
J-Chode, was
Joe's
it?
cinematic handler,
Okay.
observing demeanor and emotion.
Yeah.
Wow. What a
Everyone
what
knows
an
he never makes any errors.
Pretty cut and dry piece of equipment, if you ask me.
Yeah. I think that's going to be really important moving forward, in keeping Joe kind of
Definitely
in
Joe go to a
line.
doctor because of that massive urinary tract infection.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I was scared that his metal hand would clamp on me, so I was very, very well behaved during this film. I ate the pretzel. It was a shitty pretzel. They really need to replace their whatever.
Well,
They need to buy it somewhere
Joe
else.
did
'cause
turn to
this
me
was
and he
shit.
asked, "What's wrong with this pretzel?" And I said, "Well, they microwaved it."
Yeah. Didn't you work there, Joe?
Yeah. I've had good microwave pretzels before. This was a bad pretzel.
Look, I've gone on the record of saying this before. I don't mind that they microwave the pretzels. I just
Yeah,
don't want to see them do it. I don't want it to happen in front
Yeah.
of me. I want it
Oh,
to be a
sure.
surprise. I
That's fair.
want them to go around a corner, and I want them to present a fresh hot.
You want him to
Okay,
come out
well-
going, "Ooh, hachi machi, hot pretzel here."
Yeah. Now you will be pleased that this particular theater, it's had like a leak in, I guess, the ceiling, like has been there for like maybe about like a year now, and they still have that big monster bucket catching the water as it drips down.
I don't believe it.
Joe is accurate.
Mr.
The
Tyler?
bucket, it was not
Yeah.
actively dripping, but it was there, and there was a missing tile.
I know it's
And
there.
also, the theater screen was it was whether it's the projector itself was not properly set up for the aspect ratio that the movie was, or it was somebody hit it and didn't pay attention. But the bottom 15% of the screen was black, and it was cutting off the tops of people's heads, and so.
Look,
Yeah.
look, the theater isn't on trial here.
It should
That's
be.
a really good point.
Jurassic Park is on trial here.
Okay.
Joe Buckley is lucky to not be on trial. This is just a court-ordered segment that he's forced to do.
The benevolent Buckley has to go behind bars and watch bad movies. I understand.
Look, I want to make a statement for the record. I don't think it's fair that Joe Buckley has a pretty, other than Doctor Strange, pretty okay. Thus far, he has been forced to watch some pretty shitty fucking doo-doo stinkers.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because I think the whole point of this court-appointed program for young men is to get them to see that it's okay to like movies. It's okay to like big budget theatrical releases.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately,
this is really souring me on that. I don't want to ever see a blockbuster again.
It's unfortunately Joe isn't wrong in his, as much as we all want to shout, Joe, you're wrong. You have no taste in movies. You don't know what you're talking about.
You could lose some weight.
Wait, you're
the
not
beard's working, but like
you're not
you are
very
towing a very
intelligent.
fine line with that beard. Be very
Okay, I
careful with it.
understand.
Stuff
And
like
you're-
that. We want to
you're-
shout that stuff.
Yeah, and we want to
just-
say that your
yeah.
penis is small.
Yeah. And you have
It's
too much
fine.
butt plug information stored up in your brain.
But
And in your butt.
unfortunately, this movie is really bad, and it proves it makes Joe feel like he is right. It is
Yeah.
encouraging him to
Yes.
feel the way that
Yeah.
he feels.
Yeah, I feel like big man
Now-
on campus.
That being said, I would like to know, and I already know the answer to this, so I don't know why I'm asking. Joe, out of the 6 Jurassic Park movies that exist, how many have you seen?
I guess 4 now. I did see so I like 1, and I've seen 2 and 3.
Oh,
probably
he
on
likes one,
cable.
everybody. Hey, real
Yeah.
quick hot take
No,
here.
okay, but in the past, he has feigned interest in one. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
they made
Yeah.
that one. He's talked down to Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park.
Well, yeah.
I've gone on the record as saying that Jurassic Park is probably my favorite movie, and I hate superlatives. But
Okay.
I love Jurassic Park. Almost nothing to do with the dinosaurs. I don't
okay.
really give a shit about dinosaurs. Controversial take here.
Yeah.
But I love that movie. It's almost a perfect movie. And Joe was going to feign interest in it because, oh, it's Spielberg. It made a bunch of money. It revolutionized like everything.
Yep.
Fuck you, Joe.
No.
So because I echo your sentiments there, Nick. So Joe, you said you saw the first one, which you liked. Which have you seen 2 and 3? I assume then.
Yeah, I saw those like probably Sci-Fi Channel. So they were on TV all the time. Yeah, I watched them whenever I was a teen.
See, you're making it harder for me to believe that you actually saw them, and more that
I
you've
did see
seen
'em.
stuff like clips of them online, and
No,
you're saying
no.
that you've seen them. So you could say what you want. I won't believe you. I'm going to assume you've seen
okay.
Jurassic Park 1 and you've seen Jurassic World 3. So you've seen the beginning and the end, right?
Well, this isn't the end. I mean, they're gonna do 8 more.
Well,
There's never the end.
right.
There's no such
but
thing
this
as
is
the
the
end
end
anymore.
of the current saga.
Well, they're gonna make more Jurassic Worlds, aren't they?
No, this
Even
is
if-
the end of the current saga.
But there's gonna be like Jurassic
This is
World
the end
4.
of the current saga.
Would this be even a saga or?
This is the end currently of what they have in mind
Mm,
for Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
okay. And is this? Because I have no idea. It got shit on by like everybody I saw. So are they making another? I have no idea.
See, and again, you were just speaking like you were saying from fact that this isn't the end, and now you're saying, "Well, I don't know."
Well, no. I mean, it's not the
Chances
end.
are
They're gonna make 4 more Jurassic
made-
Parks.
They made a ton of money, so chances are this is not the end of Jurassic World. But at
Okay.
this moment in time, this is the final chapter of this book. They are done with them, so you've seen the beginning, you've seen the end.
Okay.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yeah. No, that would be
So-
accurate.
We're already like 13 minutes into this thing. Let's go ahead and get into the movie.
Oh, I would like to say I saw. I watched the first like half of Jurassic Park before this movie. I watched like the first half, and then I was gonna watch the rest of it at Tyler's, and we just didn't. We just hung out instead.
Of Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
Joe, you
first
showed
Jurassic Park.
up like a half hour
Mhm.
before we had to go to the theater, and after you had a dentist appointment. So I wasn't gonna like pop in
Yes.
Jurassic Park and watch the last 30 minutes with you.
Oh, okay. No, that does make sense. That does make sense. But no, I mean, I did enjoy watching Jurassic Park. I thought it was good.
Wait, so
fucking
have you
great.
seen the entirety of Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I saw that in the past, but I was just saying I just saw it. Before the Jurassic World.
Yeah, again, that's not really a hot take to say Jurassic Park's, like Nick said, it's a near flawless film. But
Yeah.
go ahead and let's get into the Jurassic World Dominion Buckley review here.
Okay. So I've got I got an idea that would be a better film than this. What if instead, because they've got all these dinos on the street now, what if people picked them up and like put them in like a dog show, and there's like a bunch of like velociraptors on like leashes like walking around, and like they go to like feel up the Stegosaurus to like check his balls, I guess, and he turns around and bites the judge and stuff. That'd be a better movie.
Did you say Velociraptor?
No, I
He
said
did, Zach.
Velociraptor.
He did.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna brush past it.
Okay.
Yes.
I just had to double check.
Joe, I don't need a in-depth summary of this movie, but
Good.
I want to know what your key takeaways were. And I want to know what I do want you to say one good thing about the movie.
That's gonna be
Yes.
tough.
Yes.
I will. So the film
I don't
opens.
disagree with you.
Yeah, the film opens with a nice Minion short. We get to see the ugly little Tic Tacs kind of yelling on like a cliff, and a dino happens. So I guess that's good. So things happen in the last two films, and now dinosaurs are on the loose. I guess people would be really pissed if they like hit like a raptor with their car, but that's okay. So yeah, there's a PETA organization kind of like going in and stealing dinosaurs, and there's like a stegosaurus with like puffy cheeks. I thought that was weird.
You don't suppose it's a different type of dinosaur, huh?
Well, I had
Couldn't
no idea.
be.
I don't know. It looks like a
Couldn't
puffy,
possibly be a
puffy
different-
cheeked one.
You said first off, I'm pretty sure you're referencing not only it's not a. I'm okay. Continue.
Okay.
There's like 40 types of dinosaurs in this movie, and I'm pretty sure the one you're referencing isn't even similar to Stegosaurus. I think you're talking about the baby Sinoceratops, which is in the movie. Which, again, that's not. It's more like a Triceratops than anything.
Okay. I wasn't actually a dinosaur boy. I was in the cryptids. If you wanted me to spot like a Bigfoot in a film or like a skunk ape in a film.
Oh yeah, would that be difficult to spot a Bigfoot or a skunk ape in a movie? Would it be like a tall, hairy object walking on 2 feet?
Well, I'm just saying I could use my childhood expertise in that field. I don't know all the dino lingo. I'm sorry. I wasn't a dino boy.
Look,
That's fair.
again, I am not a dino boy myself. I appreciate them, but that's not the reason I like
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. I like Jurassic Park because of the ethical quandaries
Yes.
and the science run amok,
Which they
the hard
tried.
science fiction.
They sure tried.
They tried something, but
Yeah.
it felt a far cry from like hard science fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just get into it because
Yeah. I'm sorry. I keep getting distracted because Joe just says words.
That's part of being a podcaster.
Well,
this should be my favorite movie because it's got Jurassic Park,
yep.
it's got big bugs,
Yep.
Yeah, it does have big bugs.
The OG gang is back together.
right? Which I mean,
There's bugs on fire, which is kind of neat until it's too long and just doesn't make any more sense.
forever.
They're
It's
made
a
of coal.
very
Everyone
long
knows
time.
that bugs are coal.
See, this whole thing is off the rails because
Well, the film
it's just
itself. yeah.
I'm just so worked up and angry about this movie that I saw 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now again, I'm renewed with fury.
Yeah.
That Joe's testimony is almost pointless to me because I know I'm not going to disagree with it.
Sure.
And
sure.
just
Right.
thinking about it makes me really mad.
Yeah.
I'm hot.
You're on Team Joe now. You're on
Yeah.
Team
Take
Joe.
a step back, Nick.
I'm not Team Joe, and that's why this is so infuriating. I am not Team Joe.
It
there
feels
are great,
wrong.
There are great blockbuster movies out there that
Yeah.
you should be watching and you should be enjoying them because
Yeah. Just take a step. Just take a deep breath, Nick. We'll get through this.
Mhm.
I
Don't-
watched Terminator 2 last night. It is a perfect movie.
Yeah.
It is an action blockbuster bonanza.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's,
I mean, the
that's
big issue
the
is
world
we're
I
on-
want to get back to. And
Yeah.
Joe would say, "Oh, it's just some stupid Terminator movie. What are there like 30 of them?
Yep.
Well, there's 8 or 9 now. I mean, that's a big issue. We're on
You
8
don't
or
get
9.
to talk about it. And we're not here to talk about Terminator.
Okay,
We're here to
no,
talk
that's
about
fine.
Jurassic World."
So with Jurassic Park 6, there's so Chris Pratt is like basically he's herding the dinosaurs like they're horses, able to catch them. So like there's a weird scary clone child, and I guess the main characters have like stolen her and just kind of like keep her in like a hut. The child lives in a hut and she doesn't get to talk to anybody. I guess her DNA is like all fucked up and stuff, and that's like a crime.
Yeah. Something like that, Joe.
Yeah.
Keep going.
It's the one ethical quandary posed by this franchise now. Should we clone a human girl? And
Yeah.
it goes nowhere and it's pointless.
Yeah.
Is it actually bad to make new organs?
The idea is that she was cloned entirely from nothing originally. So that would be the question is it ethical? If I were dying, would it be ethical to clone me just so that I could live again, but as someone else with different memories and different experiences? That's the question. I know it goes a little deeper than the movie wants to let it, the actual ethical quandary, but yeah, that would be what they were trying to go for.
Yeah.
Didn't quite stick the landing.
Yeah. So throughout this film, the dinosaurs are in the snow. Is that possible or no?
Why
you
wouldn't that
think
be
that-
possible?
Do you
Well, they're
think that
reptiles.
dinos-
They're cold-blooded.
No, they talk about it in Jurassic Park.
Okay, maybe I
Do
didn't see
you
that
think,
section.
Joe, that way back when, if it snowed, all the dinosaurs just went, oh, fuck, we got to go south. Every
Well,
single one of them?
No, but like iguanas, like the cold will kill them. You can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but not all dinosaurs are made the same. The ones that you're specifically talking about are Apatosaurus, and they were like fucking massive.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that they would just
I
freeze.
don't know. I think they would catch a chill.
Well, yeah, surely they aren't wearing any clothes. Maybe you could get them some mittens or something.
Joe's only reference for a lizard-like creature is like an iguana on a beach or something. That's the only reference. I understand.
Gex.
I get it.
Gex is basically my childhood.
Don't bring Gex into this. Gex isn't your childhood.
I played it on the N64. I was good.
I'm not getting into this.
Yeah. Don't shower over at the house.
You're gonna get fined $100 million if you reference Gex again.
I forgot he can get fined. Please.
So like basically there's some mommy daughter drama in the film. She's being a moody teen, and she's like, I'm gonna go places. I'm not staying in the house. I'm not gonna be a prisoner.
None of this matters.
No, that's the biggest. This really
get to the dinosaur
really
stuff. Get to the action beats of this thing, because I need.
Okay, so the people who are hoarding the dinosaurs like collectible plates, they're also making bad bugs. And these bad bugs are going to fuck up like the whole Earth because they're gonna eat all the grain.
Okay, you got to describe the bugs though, because you can't just say bad bugs. These are locusts the size of a chihuahua that are going around, and they're genetically engineered to only eat competitive crops for this bio company that engineered them, and it is in control of all the dinosaurs and the dinosaur sanctuary, and it's the most super villain
horrible
crazy
idea.
Bond villain scheme. Convoluted, obvious evil doing. Why is this even a question?
It would have made so much more sense if, let's say, mosquitoes had started, landing on dinosaurs, and then bugs started eating those mosquitoes, and as a result, their genes were getting all fucked up, and the bugs are getting bigger. And then Biosyn was trying to cover it up. That would have made more sense if they wanted to go with this bug angle to like create a reason that Biosyn is doing something that makes sense but is still evil. As opposed to this, where it's we've made big bugs and hope no one notices. Like, how? How would no one notice?
Well, yeah, they get like on your car and shit. Like your car would be an absolute mess with these things.
I love the concept of, okay, there are other creatures that you can bring back to life.
Yeah.
Other than dinosaurs. I would have loved to have seen that expanded. We could have seen like a mammoth. We could have seen stuff like that. We could have seen other big bugs. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been
have them in Jurassic Park. It doesn't just have to be dinosaurs. You can have all sorts of creatures brought back to life in Jurassic Park, but you're choosing the most difficult possible thing you can do, which is the dinosaurs. Just go back like
T-Rex.
15,000 years, and there's all sorts of crazy beasts that you could just bring back to life with much more fresh DNA, and you don't have to make genetic monsters that are made from frogs and shit. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
like saber-tooths and stuff.
Yeah, like that, like tiger thing that like died out like 100 years ago. That would be cool.
like saber-tooths and stuff. Like
well, not that tiger. Like I'm talking about like the one that we just killed.
Tasmanian
like Tasmanians. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
But it's not a giant thing. A giant sloth though. That'd be cool. Why not have all of these things? You can do it, but instead we need dinosaurs. But you already crossed the barrier by giving us the giant bugs. So why not bridge the gap? That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Some dodos like flocking around.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They talk about this in the first Jurassic Park. I'm going to keep going back to it because it's a better film, and I need to get the taste of this one out of my mouth. They talk about bringing back condors and the ethical quandaries that poses. Let's see them. Let's do it. Clone other stuff.
Yeah.
And it all goes nowhere because it means nothing, because it's all just about selling toys and putting it on a McDonald's cup. And I'm Joe Buckley now.
Oh God, I was gonna say. No,
Nick. I'm against consumerism. I'm a film snob.
Hey, Nick, what do you think about The Shining?
I love The Shining. I put The Shining DVD in my butt.
he's too far gone.
No, you shouldn't do that. You can't play it in that. But yeah, no, if you want to come over and watch a 4K shining with me any day, that's fine.
Fuck off. You're getting fined $2 billion
well,
for mentioning The Shining.
For mentioning ripping and torrenting and plexing, as always. Joe, I have a question for you, and this is because I want to propagate this pain that Nick especially, but also Zach are feeling. You said that you watched at least half of Jurassic Park, if my recollection of that first movie is correct. I believe you would have heard a name screamed by a large man in Jurassic Park, and that name and face returns in Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh, wait, that was him? Dodson?
Technically not his face, because the original Dodson got arrested for, I believe, it's something bad. It's like child pornography or something. It's something bad.
Yeah, he was kid beaten.
Well, yeah, just people, you go out there and look it up, but yes, it involves a child. But either way, it's not great. But anyways, by face, I meant they return in person, not just in name.
Wait. So, like, the weird guy, the weird villain in this one is, like, the guy who gives the whipped cream container to the guy.
With shaving cream, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nedry. Is that his name? Nedry gives it to
Nedry,
Lewis, correct?
Nedry.
He's selling it to
Wayne
him,
Knight.
right?
Well, so Dodson gives it to Nedry
to collect the embryos,
and then Nedry, to collect the embryos, and then yep.
I had no idea that was like a returning character. Because I haven't seen the first two Jurassic Worlds.
No, he hasn't been in any of them.
Oh, okay.
He's just here for this one, but also I could see how you wouldn't know with them only saying his last name like 10 times and him literally having the Barbasol can in the movie, and also it being the thing that he risks his life to grab when he's leaving the island, like some sort of thing that means a lot to him, like maybe the way that he got the embryos or whatever. I could see how you wouldn't have drawn that conclusion.
I just figured he needed like a nice shave,
Well, Dodson's just like a super common last name that they would like. Most movies have at least 2 or 3 Dodgins in them, so I understand again how you would not put
also
those.
A pretty cool little car.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's definitely good that they like dragged one more like character back from obscurity to bring him back in this one. Yeah. So yeah, Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler are back in the saddle. So isn't Alan like 80 or 90 now? Or no? He looks extremely old, and he's in this like big action film.
Joe, how old
and
do
he
you
looks
think
like
he
if
is?
you push him, he's gonna break his neck.
How old do you think he is?
I think he's at least late
he
70s.
is 74. But if you looked like Sam Neill, according to you, in your late 70s, as he does in this movie, that's a great looking fucking old dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying he probably shouldn't be in the action film because it's probably dangerous to actually shoot with him.
So let me get this straight. So you're always bitching that kids are put in movies, right? You're always like, don't put a fucking kid in a movie. They can't act. And then when someone who's 74 years old is in this movie, you're like, he's a little too old. What the fuck? What is your age range for actors? Do they have to be 18?
No. I'm saying you should not. I'm saying you probably shouldn't have like somebody who's 100 in like a lead role in your big action film. So they have to jump around and. No, I understand. That's very old.
But also, Christopher Lee was fucking jumping around as Sauron at 90,000 years old. So.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it never works. It's just like it's weird how they keep doing this. They keep putting these extremely old people in action movies.
This is what didn't work. I was fine when they brought back Alan Grant. In Jurassic Park 3. Did not like the movie. The reel caught on fire when I went to go see it back in the theaters.
Okay.
Pretty sure Tyler was there. Learned that retroactively.
We might have been in the same screen.
Yeah. So that was the first time we connected. Yep. We soul bonded.
I was on a date. Didn't get a kiss.
Bad.
If Nick was your date, you would have.
Now I have a great respect for Jurassic Park 3 because I saw this. And I was fine when they brought him back because it was kind of the same old shtick of, oh no, outrun the dinosaurs.
Let's do it again.
This is what I thought was a little shark jumping. And this is a franchise that spent the second installment in a giant spooky mansion with a super predator slasher
A
monster.
laser guided lizard. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. With a basement full of giant dinosaurs. The movie jumped the shark for me because they brought back all of these classic characters that we know and love, and I don't really. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not going to say, "Oh, you ruined my childhood," but I don't think that these characters, these scientists, these very intelligent people, the most highly respected minds in their field, bringing them back only to have them do some weird spy shit, some weird heist thing that they're trying to do. It felt off. It felt weird. I don't care about them doing. That's not.
Yeah, I mean, especially because there's there's, you've got Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm. He's working at Biosyn, and then you've got that guy who's helping Goldblum. You would think either of them could have got the information needed and sent it to Ellie Sattler. But instead they have a 55-year-old woman and a 74-year-old man come to the island. Which I know it was for the sake of getting everyone together on the island to do a big old Scooby-Doo walk around a truck. But it definitely, from a plot standpoint, doesn't make any sense. It has nothing to do with the fact that Alan Grant is now 74 and everything to do with the lack of good writing that went into getting a 74-year-old man onto an island full of dinosaurs.
Yeah, and it feels like two completely different movies just kind of jammed together. Like, because it keeps cutting back and forth between, like, their completely unrelated kind of, like, storylines until they meet, like, about, like, an hour and a half in. This film is 2.5 hours. I mean, that was fantastic. I wasn't sleepy at all.
Haha.
Well,
I know you paused, so you were waiting for
I wanted to see if anybody wanted to interject anything. Or...
No, it is too long. You're right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So the big bad guys, steal. There's like a little dinosaur. I guess this is supposed to mean something. I don't know. I haven't seen the first two. But there's a raptor named Blue, and you're supposed to feel like it's like a cute dog or something and feel really attached to it. And it had like a baby, and they want the baby because it wasn't supposed to be able to reproduce.
Right.
And then they steal the kid too.
Right. Yeah. For science. By the way, real quick, you were talking about the runtime of this movie.
Yeah.
I just did a quick Google. Do you know this movie clocked in at 2 hours, 26 minutes? Do you know how long The Shining was?
The Shining's probably, I think it's 2.5 as well, about 2:20.
2:26,
yes.
The exact same length as this movie.
Both, and The Shining,
I would say,
oh my god,
I would say they're both about
through.
The same quality.
Absolutely not.
Acting.
Level of creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's some old kid. Then there's a fucking kid in that movie. A fucking kid actor.
One of the only good kid actors.
Thankfully, there's no kids in this movie, like that bad movie, The Shining. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, there is a kid, and there's like probably 15.
Thank God they didn't put any young kids in the first Jurassic Park or old men. Wouldn't that suck if the first Jurassic Park had any child actors in it?
Yeah,
or any
it'd be a shame
old
if
men.
It'd be a shame if it worked too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just?
Well, I was thinking, like it would, like as I was watching like Laura Dern, like basically like do like a jump flip like into like a building. I was thinking, God damn, I could spend this 2.5 hours and watch most of Inland Empire instead. But here I am, Jurassic Park 6.
No.
So yeah, they've stolen her. They got to do a big chase scene to go try to get the teen back. They run through a black market of dinosaurs. There's like a big fight scene, a gladiator fight scene with like the dino. And then Alan and Eli are over at this place called Biosyn. So they're basically getting a tour and they're looking at like all the dinosaurs and stuff. And they got to go try to find. What?
You just called Ellie Eli. I know you're reading off a script, but try to at least get the character names right.
So they gotta go find Big Bug, and they gotta go like just rip some of it off and put it in a little jar. And once they have that, they'll be able to prove that Biosyn's up to no good. I put that. It's like a really great idea to send the guy who's scared of bugs in to go grab the bug. That was like because she had to go grab somebody to go help her with this, and she picked the guy who's scared of bug.
Yeah, I think she probably just chose like one of the only people she trusts and who's also experienced dinosaur island in her past. But I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah. So I put down. Oh, I put down. It's a really great idea to show the moody teen all the crimes you're committing as like $1 billion organization, because they like show off like all the. I think she's in the room with like all the bugs. Am I wrong on that or no?
She is in an adjacent room, I believe.
That is also
Okay.
sorry. I know
they
I'm
are
not supposed
showing
to
a lot of
interject as my time is over once it begins. That is addressed directly.
That's all right.
Like the
Mhm.
Tim from Apple specifically says, "Why are we allowing her to see this stuff? All this stuff, blah blah blah." Because he is in the midst of a mental gymnastics fight with Henry Wu, who is changing his perspective on what they've been up to. So that I guess I understand it's an endless barrel of subplots in this film, but it was addressed, Mr. Buckley.
Okay, it was addressed.
Also, you probably aren't aware, Henry Wu he was from the first Jurassic Park. He's also in all 3 Jurassic Worlds. Before you say that they drudged him up for this movie, there is quite a turn in his personality from the last movie to this one, though.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's a big giant action scene where they're running through the street and the dinosaurs are chasing Chris Pratt on his bike. They find somebody to fly him to the island, and luckily he's able to get. It's like this dumb scene where like a plane's taking off, and they open up the back, and then he's like trying to like drive his motorcycle into this little plane.
Hey, if you need to stop for a second to breathe, do it, because you're messing up every other word.
No. I accidentally said the wrong motor vehicle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, there is this portion of the movie where they said we're making a Jason Bourne movie with dinosaurs, and they do that. And if the whole movie was Jason Bourne movie with dinosaurs, maybe that could have worked. It wouldn't have been good, but maybe that would have worked. But since it's only about 20 minutes of this entire movie, it definitely doesn't work. And also Owen went from like, oh yeah, I used to be in the Marines or whatever, to like, I am straight up, like, I am the best secret op of all time.
Everyone in this thing is like an invincible god, basically.
Yeah.
This is what this movie is made up of nothing but little snippets that producers thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could see this?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this movie is, and it's just that strung together. It's obvious from the moment we see the cattle rustlers riding on their horses, trying to rustle up some dinosaurs, all of that, the plane crash sequence, the fact that we gotta get the Giganotosaurus, it's the biggest thing there ever was. Which we always gotta top yourself, that's fine, but it's all just like, and then we gotta get the one with Wolverine claws, and it's gonna stab it to death.
It's funny because
it's like cool. It's fine. It was executed dumb.
But you're right. It sounds like a bunch of kids playing with toys. And that's so like the scene you mentioned where they're chasing down the dinosaurs on horseback. That scene was literally Colin Trevorrow's talked about it in an interview, saying that like he had used to do that as a kid. He had toys, dinosaurs, this and that. And he always had an idea for a cowboy chasing down a dinosaur, then riding it. And that's how it went into this movie. So literally it's just Colin Trevorrow with like a toy box full of toys and dinosaurs and being like, this is going to be great. And none of it is.
Mm-hmm. An epic cinematic revelation.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So they're in the plane. The flying dino fucks up the engines. And then they've only got one parachute. So there's like this big scene where like she's hanging from the chair, and like it's not like a T-Rex, it's like the other one. I have no idea what the thing is. But it's also another big dinosaur, and it can't see movement. And what does she decide to do? She like unclips herself. She's crawling around on the ground when she literally just could have stayed still, and it probably would have fucked off.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No, I don't know. So the other two are over in the ice. There's a spooky ice dinosaur. That was thrilling. I felt, I was chewing in my popcorn whenever I saw that scene.
Whenever you waited till that scene to start your popcorn?
Yeah, no, I did. So
that scene, the biggest one thing that bothers me about that that whole section there. Actually, the whole thing is just, I don't know how this made it past like script version 1 is like, they're like, all right, we're being attacked by flying dinosaurs. Let's kick Claire out of this thing. She's got to make it. And then obviously the flying dinosaurs are like, sweet, free meal. And so they attack her. And then the two crash the helicopter plane hybrid thing into water, and they both get out of it dry, completely dry. The whole thing, it just feels like they just stopped caring right here. Or maybe like they had the B team working on the newer characters and the A team was working on the legacy characters. I don't know. But either way, it was just.
Well, everybody knows if you missed up Chris Pratt's hair, you owe him another $1 million. That's in his contract.
Is it?
Yeah.
Joe,
So, yeah. They might have shot the scene a couple times, like fucked it up, and then whenever they went for the third dunking, he said, nope, that's going to be another $1 million, and they couldn't afford it.
I'm sure they shot it knowing that it was not good, and they said, yeah, it's fine because it doesn't matter. It's going to make $1 billion anyway.
Yeah. How much has this made now? Do you guys know? Let me see.
A lot.
Jurassic World.
Dead air.
What? No. I'm sorry. Gross.
But.
Yeah. This was a butt. Box Office Mojo says that this film has made over $800 million has gone to this film. So that's fantastic.
So we don't have a lot of time. Our court mandated hour is almost up, and I love to breeze through this so that we can get your final thoughts. And what I think would be a good exercise is, Joe, I want to know what you would have done different in this movie that might have made it a little more palatable. So we can let's wrap up this.
Yes. Yeah.
This, wrap up.
Yeah. So the scientists are in the spooky caves. He looks like Indiana Jones. They give him the hat and like they give him a torch. So yeah. Oh, the bugs are set on fire. There's like a big. Like, basically, the evil man realizes that the world is going to be onto him, so he sets his bugs on fire. And they burn for, like, at least 3 hours in this film. Like, these, like, locusts are just flapping around on fire. There's all kinds of, like, little things that, like, they do with the fire bugs. Like, at one point, like, they Dr. Ian spears one, and throws it into the big dino's mouth, and, like, he, like, shoots out, like, a big burst of fire like he's a dragon.
We had to see it. They wrote, oh, wouldn't it be cool if the bugs catch on fire? And there's a cloud of fire bugs. And they said, yeah, one of them eats them, and then the dinosaur like shoots out fire. It looked kind of dragon.
It's like a flaming hot Cheetos commercial. It's like hot,
yeah.
spicy.
Jot that down. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I put down, so, like, whenever the T-Rex and the other one meet for the first time, I thought we were gonna get, like, a good, like, dino MMA thing, but that doesn't happen yet. They saved that for later on. So at one point, like, I don't know what these are called, but the poisonous dinosaurs from the first one.
The Compsognathus?
I guess.
Oh,
I don't know how to
you're
pronounce
talking.
that.
No, you're not talking about the compies. You're talking about
Dilophosaurs.
Dilophosaurs, yeah.
Yeah. It's got the poison sac. And it's gonna eat Ellie, and he grabs him by the poison sac and like just kind of. So yeah, everybody is able to overpower these like vicious dinosaurs, no problem. At one, yeah, let me see.
16 and a half minutes.
What left? Okay, so there's a big, giant climactic battle at the end, right? There's T-Rex, Big Dino, and then Wolverine Dino, right? So they're able to team up and kill the nasty dino, and then they celebrate each other.
Yeah.
That's basically the movie. They're able to get out to safety. They bring the baby Velociraptor back to Blue. The clone is able to live with her adopted parents, no problem. And that's it. That's how the movie ends.
I just wish that he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, no, that was it.
It's
all done.
This movie being bad does not excuse you, and I want you to acknowledge that this movie doesn't excuse you.
The record will show this.
Good, because Yes.
The plot for this was like so hard to follow along. It was a giant pain.
It's not even that hard
to follow.
It was not hard
Well,
to
it was
follow,
boring.
Joe.
It was
No,
boring.
It was boring.
Yeah,
it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was convoluted.
Yeah.
But it was not hard to follow.
I could see where you would think it's hard to
stay
follow.
awake.
But you did, since you didn't know any of the characters, like, so I can see where watching this where you don't know who Maisie is, that you have to now piece together who the fuck that is through the whole movie, which that's the little girl, or like why any of this is happening, who these other people are, how they know her. I could see how that would make it difficult, but the plot is not hard to follow.
Okay,
No, it was really just
the judges asked me to forward a question or really a thought puzzle for the three of you. Okay. Jurassic World comes out. It's a big success. You each get to make your 2 follow-up films to continue the story. Okay. Now, Joe, for you to understand, Jurassic World is basically some people have come together, primarily Henry Wu and is it Claire or something?
Yeah,
Claire, the redheaded lady from Jurassic World Dominion, to bring forth the vision of old man. Can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? The Hammond. Yes,
Hammond.
Of Hammond.
And there's new park. New park is bigger. It's better in every way, except it all goes south, just like the first movie. It's like a soft.
It's even more dangerous.
It's a soft
this
reboot,
time.
much like the Force Awakens. Okay, now I would like to hear in levels of interest, Zach to Nick to Joe.
Oh, okay.
That's the
levels of interest.
You're going to finish the trilogy, but you only have to work from the base of Jurassic World. What are your 2 sequels
from Jurassic World?
Look, I would not. This is gonna bold choice here from Nick. You're hearing it first. Hot take. I wouldn't set the second movie inside of a giant spooky mansion as a monster horror Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't do that. I would probably set it back on the island. However, I did like the setup that one set up of dinosaurs all over the world. I thought that's cool. Thought Jurassic World Dominion gonna knock it out of the park. Didn't.
I agree.
Anyway, I would try to set that up earlier. I would say maybe number 2 opens up and we get some backstory. We see that the dinosaurs have already been taken off the island and they're running amok and they're being traded all around because the company went under, and now it's kind of chaos because they're out in the world. They're in private hands and collectors like tigers, and there are tiny little Jurassic Parks sprung up all over the nation. That could be interesting. I don't know where you go with that. I don't know what 3 is. I don't know. Maybe there's a dinosaur disease. Maybe the dinosaurs have it's like
they've got dino COVID.
Maybe it's like Planet of the Apes. Maybe something that makes the dinosaurs live is causing humans to die out, so that dinosaurs are truly ruling the earth once again. Maybe that could be cool. And so, like, there's just a few people left that are immune to the dino disease. Maybe the lysine contingency that the dinosaurs were bred to have, that was supposed to keep them from breeding and being able to survive outside of the island without a steady supply of lysine in their diet. Maybe that somehow jumped across to humanity, and now all of humanity is suffering from a lysine deficiency.
Sterile.
And it's I don't know. Maybe that could have been cool. And so it's like dinosaurs are all over and humanity is very small. We don't have the resources to fight off the dinosaurs and contain the dinosaurs. And now it's like we're back in primitive times because humanity has regressed. And now it's back in classic caveman versus dinosaur movie sort of thing. Maybe that could be cool. Maybe it's what's the show? Land of the Lost? Maybe it's like that. I don't know.
Or like
but
Rain of
anything
Fire.
would be better than what we got.
Yeah. I think like a lot of I like a lot of what you're saying there, Nick. Maybe they'll give you the next 3 Jurassic World movies. Because I think I liked a lot of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I like the beginning of it, I should say. I think you get get the dinosaurs off the island, right? And they're ruling the earth, like you said, and things are looking bleak. And then you go back to the well, something that had been an original idea of Jurassic Parks a long time ago. I think for the 3rd movie, but they scrapped it, which was human dinosaur hybrids. And you do this with big old bugs. You do this by getting so I said, you got a mosquito that is biting a dinosaur, right? And then that is getting eaten by bugs. And then that mosquito is accidentally delivering blood into into humans who are now turning into human dinosaur hybrids. And then at least then, whether it's stupid or not, you got something just running amok all around the planet. We're trying to find a cure. Shit's going south. Big bugs are everywhere.
Tell me more about the big bugs, Zach.
Yeah.
I got a button this shirt.
There's a ladybug that's 3 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could have went bigger with that ladybug, but yeah.
No, a ladybug's tiny. If a dinosaur is 80 feet tall, like a ladybug would be 3 foot tall. I'm
Yeah,
not
but this
doing
is
this
fiction.
scientifically.
The main message of Jurassic Park is that wielding the genetic power and letting it get out of hand is going to be a disaster. I think regardless, it could be cool if you have like if it's such a commercial thing now that the dinosaurs aren't owned by this company because the company went under and they're just out there, that everyone has a stake in this, and genie's out of the bottle. Everyone is tampering with genetic stuff. Not everyone has the ethical the ethics of that John Hammond did, that even Jurassic World did, even though they're creating giant fucking monsters just to spook children. Maybe there are fringe groups that are creating human dinosaur hybrids. Maybe there could be hundreds of different companies. It's like when Lego when their patent was up, and then it was free reign. Everyone is making the bricks with the tubes, and it's just anarchy because there are no rules anymore.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Well,
Make
we
it a
didn't get
real
that.
disaster flick.
No. I mean, for my sequel, I'm gonna take a look at like the microcosm of all this dinosaurs being amuck and stuff. So it's about these 2 truckers named Pigsy and Bucket, and they have to get a dinosaur to California, and it's like about like all the stops of like in trying to get the dinosaur fed and like getting him out of the back of the cargo lift, and that's the film.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a point for Pigsy and Bucket. That did give me a chuckle.
Okay.
You're the worst when you can actually make. You're putting 2 movies with Pigsy and Bucket transporting dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think that's how we gotta do it. Because, Jurassic World, it's already too big. Now we gotta look at the microcosm of it. What do Pigsy and Bucket think of all this?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean, if I were really doing one, I would just do the same shit all over again.
That's what Jurassic World did.
Do it again.
That's what Jurassic World did.
No, that's what I'm saying, yeah. But then we do Jurassic World again. And then for the 3rd one, we do Jurassic World again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think he should be fined $100.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna recommend to the judge.
Well, he's going to be fined $10,000 because he doesn't even have 60 minutes worth of content. So there's still 7 minutes left. So that is a baseline fine for not having enough to say. So you're automatically bumped up to $10,000.
Oh, gee, thank you. Oh, are you adding up?
Yep.
I hear some calculations going on in the back. Okay.
Here I go. Yep.
He's got his abacus out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
How much of my money do I have to give you?
It's $10,000 right now. Yeah.
Right now, no. Okay.
Yeah, all that money you made off of Benevolent Buckley is going to be gone soon.
Well, you know what? Okay, so with Benevolent Buckley, I am excited to be back. And I think we gotta keep this going. We're gonna have all kinds of Benevolent Buckley. We're gonna have hats. We're gonna have stickers. We're gonna have like a coffee pot with Benevolent Buckley embossed on it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Buckley, but due to the nature of your settlement, you've lost all of the rights to your own likeness.
To my own name and likeness.
So any of those things would be infringement on a trademark that you do not own. and I believe you will be fined $10,000 for mentioning your own name.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, thank you, sir. It's like the Rock situation. Like, he can't say he's the Rock. He has to say he's whoever he is. I forget his name.
Man, you're really good at these analogies.
I have no idea who these actors are. I don't
Dwayne
keep
the
up
Rock
with it.
Johnson.
Oh, it's Dwayne Johnson. Okay.
Yeah. Drain. He
Yeah,
could
I know,
save, he could
Drano
save the
Johnson.
Rock.
Drano
Well,
Rocky
no,
Man.
he can't say the Rock. That's why
He
they
says-
don't mention the. Because he has
says
to pay
all
every
the
time he
time. He
does
says
that.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
That's
He's
why,
still
like,
allowed to say it.
Yeah, with the movie, like, they can't promote him as Dwayne the Rock Johnson because they gotta pay the wrestling company every time they say.
What does it have
The
to do with
Rock.
dinosaurs?
Well, no. We remember it was like I forget how exactly it started, but the thread was unraveled. So I was just pulling
You
at
have
the
to say
thread.
one nice thing about Jurassic World Dominion, and you have to mean
Oh,
it. And you have
Jurassic
5
World
minutes to
3.
do it because you've ran out of things to say.
Hmm. Let me think. Oh boy, that
No.
poster sure is cluttered.
The movie itself, there's a few things. As much as it sucks, there's a few things that are
This
okay.
This
in
is the
movie.
whole point of this. The whole point of you doing this, seeing these blockbusters, is so that you can admit that oh, these movies are fun. The action is fun. The camp is fun. All of these things are fun. It's okay to admit it, and we don't have to be a film snob. So all you have to do is talk about one thing that you thought was fun. And there's lots that could be fun in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Executed terribly.
Okay.
Right.
Continuity with the existing material terribly. But there's a lot of fun stuff in here.
Okay.
If you're just some mindless schmuck shoveling in popcorn like you're always talking about, get in that mindset and don't talk about your asshole.
Okay.
Say something genuine.
Okay. So let me
because-
see. I gotta be a typical moviegoer. I gotta get into that mindset. Let me think.
No, you can be an intelligent person and also enjoy these movies. You don't get to try to do the lowest common denominator shtick. Intelligent people can enjoy action movies. They can enjoy big blockbuster movies. They can enjoy bad movies, and it's okay.
Sure.
You have to
Also,
think about
you
something
always
that
call
was
you-
fun.
You always say that you're a critic. You're a film critic. Every film critic can still point out something positive in the movie. If they can't, then they're not qualified to be a film critic. Even
Well,
if the worst.
I mean,
movie.
there's just terrible films all.
no,
out there.
right.
You're
There
not
are
a film
terrible
critic.
films.
You're a film snob. That's
Yeah.
the difference between those two things.
Because
So
if you
which one
can't
are
pick
you?
out
Are
the
you a critic
positives,
or are you a snob?
yeah.
No, I am
Say
a
it.
film critic. I am not a film snob.
Oh, then pick
Okay.
out a positive in this movie. There are positives in this movie.
Okay. I thought Laura Dern was decent in it.
I think she was terrible. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't think she.
She doesn't do anything. She doesn't
It's
have
not
anything
her
to
fault.
do.
So
but
then
she
you
acts-
just
it wasn't-
lied about
it
your.
No,
was
I said
terribly
she
written.
acts decent. I said she doesn't have anything to do in the film, but
I thought she was a little off. I'm just gonna say it. And I
Okay.
like Laura Dern. I like Laura Dern just
Yeah.
fine. You're only saying you like Laura Dern
Well,
because
yeah,
of
David
Inland
Lynch.
Empire, and I don't want to hear it. So
That's a
talk
good
about someone
point.
else.
That's a fine.
Talk about Sam
That's
Neill.
a fine.
Yeah.
For
What?
Kubrick,
For
or
what?
for
Just
David
because
Lynch
there's
bullshit.
one person that you recognized.
no.
No.
Let
Yeah,
me
because
think.
you also
Good-
did mention that. You mentioned that, like,
Well, yeah. If I'm
25
gonna watch
minutes
Laura Dern
ago.
on screen, I'd much rather just watch anything else. So let me think. Good things about Jurassic Park 6.
This is not that hard.
It's
Again,
not because
again,
you're
well,
trying
that's because he's not
you're
a
trying to
film
be
critic.
yeah, you're trying to be thoughty and talk about the broader concepts and things and like, oh, the arts. No, you can the problem is you refuse to enjoy action.
Well, yeah, I
and-
had no fun in this. This was not enjoyable. This was
I'm
bad.
Joseph Robert Buckley, and I tell you what, when I watched Jurassic World Dominion, I did not enjoy a single moment. Not a dinosaur, not a bug. I enjoyed none of it. Not me, Joseph Robert Buckley. I
Mr.
enjoyed
Fancy
very
Pants.
little bit. That's what you sound
There's
like
no
when you're like nothing.
prerequisites for saying something nice about something. Like you don't have to filter it through things. Stop thinking about Reddit. Stop thinking about your, like, nobody cares about your film credentials. Nobody gives a shit. Just say one nice thing. I'll say one nice thing. And I hated this movie.
Oh,
It was
okay.
nice to see new dinosaurs. Yes. And
Yeah.
even though they still did there's another bigger thing out there, it wasn't as big of a plot point as in the other movies. So I appreciated that. It's that simple.
Okay. I thought the black market thing was fine. I thought there was interesting things going on in there.
There
Like
you
dino
go.
meat and shit.
That's a kind of interesting concept.
Thank you.
That
What
wasn't
did it
so hard.
remind you of? What parallels could you draw between other movies that you like that have similar concepts or ideas?
It's similar to kind of the cantina scene, I guess. Just like all these ne'er-do-wells kind of meeting in one place. And...
So you're a big Star Wars fan now, hmm?
No, I was saying, you asked me
Mhm.
what it reminded
when
me of.
Tim Apple
Okay.
dodged and was trying to escape in the Hyperloop, and then the Dilophosaurus showed up. It reminded me of when little Danny Torrance is trying to escape from his father in the maze.
It's very similar.
Your time is up.
Okay,
thank
so
God.
thank you very much for listening to another episode of Benevolent Buckley's Blockbusters. We have a lot of different things coming to you. Hey, if you want to check out Malevolent
No, this is
movies, it's a
different
really
universe.
good...
It's a different world. This is the WQVT world.
Oh, okay, I thought we still
Whatever.
had to plug. I thought we still... Okay.
Oh,
We're
this
too
multiverse
angry
of
to
madness.
differentiate which world
Do you
we're
need me to bring
in.
Jay
Okay,
Cho back
I
in
understand.
here?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, we do not need that
I like
clever
Jay
little
Cho a
robot.
lot.
Jay
Bring
Cho
us
is a
home,
great
Jay
addition
Cho.
to the staff.
Yeah.
Well, I did enjoy watching the film.
I know. He mentioned the incident in the bathroom.
You like
Maybe
you
you're
like,
doing a little
Well,
too
sometimes
much.
robots lie, you know. I'm just gonna put this out there. Sometimes they lie.
He said that you had your hand on his thigh and you kept inching just deeper and deeper.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with like being nice to a friend if you just pat their thigh a little bit.